ADHD in children is a very common childhood disorder that we see, and ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. The most common form of it is what we call the combined type, meaning that kids will have hyperactivity and inattention, although there are a couple of subtypes, and one of the subtypes is just inattention only. And then the other subtype would just be the hyperactivity or the impulsivity. So the symptoms of ADHD in children range from hyperactivity to inattention to impulsivity. And when we're talking about hyperactivity, you may see things such as running about excessively or seeming like they're driven by a motor, having increased energy, always on the go. These are some terms that parents may use to describe their children. Inattentive symptoms consist of things like difficulty attending to their schoolwork or paying attention or focusing, maybe requiring a lot of redirection when they're given multiple step commands. Impulsivity is doing things sort of without thinking, maybe just acting on a whim, doing things without thinking of the consequences. However, we do have to keep in mind that these are children, and so what's developmentally appropriate for a 5 or a 6-year-old may not be developmentally appropriate in a 16, 15-year-old. So we do need to keep in mind that the symptoms would be excessive for their age and developmental stage, and also that it's impairing. And when we talk about impairment, we want to see it in more than one area of life, at least two. So we're talking about in school, their home life, in social settings. So the symptoms need to be pretty prevalent and also impairing. They also should be present before the age of 12. So for some kids, you can see it as early as preschool, and that's when it really becomes important to decipher and determine, is this child just a little bit more on the active side as a preschooler, or is it to the point where it is excessive? The good news is that ADHD is highly treatable and responds very well to treatment. So if you have any concerns about your children, your adolescents, please feel free to give us a call.